Hello, everyone, back with another video. I wanted to talk about Will and Jada, but I want to talk about them from a different perspective. Okay, everybody's been talking about their open marriage and the situation with Jada and August and how Will feels about that situation. And they're also bringing back up Jada and Tupac, and they're talking about side dudes and codependency and entanglements and all of this stuff. And so many topics are being brought up. And it's like, I really want to know if Will and Jada were really meant to be together. I know that sounds like a reach because, I mean, this is a power couple. All we know is Will and Jada in the spotlight throughout the years, coming off as this wonderful and amazing couple. And wow, I want that. But, as the situation with and August and Jada has come about and, resurfaced, it's just like, do I really want that? Do I want an open marriage where, you know, we get to a point in our marriage where it's like, okay, we can explore other people and date other people and fulfill our needs, that I'll come back to you. That right there in my mind is hard to process. After a certain amount of years, it's just like people start to reevaluate their marriage and they start to look at things differently. And I just cannot see myself right now at this moment. I've never had like a long term relationship, but I just can't see myself offering my man or my significant other up to somebody else. I just can't do it. Um, but I mean, different strokes for different folks, right? So I'm going to today I'm going to read a poem by Tupac, and I'm going to discuss that poem. Then I'm going to play a video of Will Smith talking about the way Tupac made Jada feel and how it made him feel. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about August Alsina. Then we're going to pull everything together and get back to my topic of whether Will and Jada were meant to be together. So Tupac and Jada were involved with each other back in the 90s. They never had a sexual relationship. He stimulated her. Or no, she stimulated him, excuse me, mentally, and that overrided his sexual desires for her. And, this makes me think of the topic of, not having sex before marriage. Like, there are a lot of people that do not condone that because they're just like, yo, I want to know how I feel. I want to know how it is. So, if I'm going to be with this woman for a long time, or if I'm going to be with this man for a long time, I got to know what's up. Okay, I get it. But it is okay. And it makes sense to get to know somebody's mind and understand them and understand their feelings and understand their world and look into their heart and explore them before you explore their body. And I don't think we know how powerful sex is until we have it with somebody and we've caught a soul tie, or we've caught feelings, or this bond has been created and we don't know what to do with all of this. Especially soul ties. Like, that is crazy when your bodies meet each other and you're like inside of each other and you're exchanging all of these energies. And then when you're done, then it's like, now what do I do? Now what's going to happen? Is she going to go crazy, or is he going to go crazy? Is he going to stop me? Is she going to stalk me? Like, there are so many things that comes about from having sex, and sex is made for reproduction. That's what I've come to realize as I've gotten older. I know when I was younger, I wasn't thinking about that. I was just like, for me, I felt like I was just like all over the place, just doing whatever. And that was not right for the way I was raised and all of that stuff. And I know there's a lot of women that can attest to that, but we have to wake up and realize that sex is for reproduction. If you want to try it out, just expect for, many things to come from it, whether it's an unwanted pregnancy or STDs or STIs or, soul ties, or your windows being busted open, like whatever it may be, like something's gonna come from it. Trust. So it's always good to get to kind of like know somebody before you start digging into their goods. So So I think I haven't even got to this poem yet, but I'm just saying like getting to know somebody is powerful when you can just look at them and know, dang, I don't even want to have sex with her. I just want to talk to her. I just want to dig into her mind. I want to understand her, you know? So let's dig into this poem. Uh Jada for Jada. Okay. So Tupac writes, you are the omega of my heart, the foundation for my conception of love. When I think of what a black woman should be, it's you that I first think of. I will never fully understand how deeply my heart feels for you. I worry that we'll grow apart and I'll end up losing you. You bring me to climax without sex, and you do it all with regal grace. You are my heart in human form, a friend I could never replace. That is deep, okay? This is coming from a man that has not put himself inside of Jada. Like his time spent with her, long conversations, those beautiful moments, like all of those things have come together, and he came from within his heart, came from his heart and just sat down with a pen and wrote how he felt about this woman without having any sexual encounters with her. Honestly, I would love for a man to feel that way about me. Like, dang, I'm digging you so much and I respect you so much. I don't even want to have sex with you. You understand? And imagine your husband having to compete with that former relationship. And maybe this is the thing that Jada liked, the fact that she didn't have to give up herself to another man for there to be some sort of relationship. You know? Let me read this line. You bring me to climax without sex. Imagine a man. Imagine a man saying, you know, I love you. Oh my God, you're so amazing. And all the things that he's talking about is motivated by the way you have made him feel through sex. And imagine a man saying all the beautiful things and wonderful things you want to hear because of the way you have made him feel without having sex. And it makes me think, like, how are we presenting ourselves, ladies? Are we presenting ourselves in a respectful manner? Like, yo, I'm about to put it on him without giving him anything. I'm about to be this amazing and confident and prestigious woman that doesn't have to give him anything of my body. At least at first. You know, we're human beings and we're going to want what we want. But not having sex off bat is very powerful. I cannot stress that anymore. But yeah, he said, I worry that we'll grow apart and I'll end up losing you. And, you know, it's sad that Tupac came to an untimely death. But it's just like this man did not want to lose her. It was like, the way you're making me feel, I can't see myself without you. I don't want our hearts to grow fonder. I don't want nature to take its course and we separate. Like, that is powerful. And again, no sexual encounters at all. But again, Will had to go against this. Ain't no jokes in the world can make me feel the way he made me feel. I know Jada's probably thinking that in her mind. It's crazy, right? But let's listen to the video of Will talking about how Tupac and Jada's relationship made him feel.
Were you ever jealous of the love Jada had for Tupac? Oh, fuck yeah. I thought you were no. God, that dude. And you know, that was in the early days. Yeah, that was in the early days, and it was like, that was a big regret for me too, because I could never I could never open up to interact with Pac, you know, and because we had a little bit of a thing, right? Because they grew up together, and they loved each other, but they never had that, they never had a sexual relationship, but they had come into that age where now that was a possibility, and then Jada was with me, so Pac had a little thing on that, but she just loved him like he was the image of perfection, but she was with the Fresh Prince, so it was like I never could, like, even we were in a room together a couple times, I couldn't speak to him, and he wasn't going to speak to me if I wasn't going to speak to him. But
really? It seems like y'all would have so much in common.
No, that's what.
So one word that comes to mind is ego. And Will's ego was killed by this man even being in his presence. Again, it's about competition and the fact that this is my woman. I'm married to her now. And here you are. And I'm in your presence. And you made my woman feel a certain type of way. A way that I couldn't make her feel. That kills a man's ego. Okay? So, as you can hear in what Will said, he was jealous of what Tupac gave to Jada. Okay? So, and I know Jada loved that type of, I know she loved that type of situation. Will was different for her. And I'm just assuming that Will was different for her and she took on that challenge, and now look at where they are in an open marriage, fulfilling their needs in other spaces. Okay. So moving on to August, Alsina, from what we understand, okay, Jaden introduced August to Jada, and he was in a bad space. He was sick, and then Jada, as a codependent woman, wanted to heal him, and then from his healing, turn into a relationship with him. I can understand codependency because, that's an issue that I have. And, I read books and try to help myself with that whole situation of, wanting to heal and help everybody and being a people pleaser. And that can be a very dangerous thing. Okay. We are not meant to all be helpers and healers for everyone, because we need to make sure that we heal and help ourselves from what we've experienced in our childhood. That's very important. There have been a lot of people that have said that Jada is a predator. She preyed on August's weaknesses. August was very young, or he was younger actually, when they were involved with each other. And I wouldn't call Jada a predator. Okay. I would say that August had been through a lot, but he was still maturing as a man. When you're in your early 20s, well, let me back up. When you're 18, okay, the world, or more so the government, is like, you can go out into the world and do what you want. You're free to do what you want. You still can't buy alcohol and cigarettes right now because the laws have changed, but regardless, they see you as an adult. You should be going out into the world to start your life, okay? But in all actuality, from a realistic standpoint, you're not really that full-grown adult that society or the government is picturing you to be. You have more growing to do. Okay. August was 22 and he still had more growing to do, and she helped to grow him up. And she classified her helping him and healing him with her codependency issues. I guess I got you. I understand. But their situation went on for what, about 6 years or so? Oh, that's a long time. That's a very long time. But I don't see her as being a predator. I don't. I just see her as trying to maybe find no trying to excuse me, I see her as trying to meet a need, and she found someone that she can do that with. And again, Will was in a situation where he's looking at their situation, and there is a man that is giving her what she needs, and she's bonding with this person. And people will say, Will was doing his thing too, and he was with other women, but those other women didn't come out. And he was probably dealing with women that was, in his age range. But this is like the second time publicly that this has happened to Will, where another man has fulfilled Jada's needs. More so from an emotional standpoint. Again, this kills the ego for a man when he can't do that for his woman. And I'm like, dang, y'all, are y'all just filling slots in each other's lives? That's hurtful, man, to just even see that happening. I don't want to be one joker on one side of the house and the other joker on the other side of the house, but we still going to be together. Man, you might as well just beat that dead horse. That horse is dead. To me, but I mean, I could be totally wrong in my thinking, because I have not been in a long-term relationship. I don't believe in open marriages. I don't believe in bad marriage for life. I know they were probably joking, and there was probably an inside joke that we didn't get, but they got it. But we perceived it a certain type of way because their marriage has been put on Front Street. But just looking at Will and Jada's relationship, that opens a whole topic for marriage and whether we want to be in marriages or not, right? I mean, it could open up that topic, right? I will say this in the fact that when you're with somebody, I believe that you will know that person is meant for you to be with that person. You will know, you will have that feeling, and you will say, you know what? This is my wife. This is my husband. You do not want to grow alone in this world by yourself. You do not. I say this all the time, that when you're younger, maybe like in your 20s and your 30s, you may say to yourself, you know what? I've been in these relationships. I've been in these situations, and I'm tired of this. I don't want to be married. I don't want to be in a relationship again. And I can't do this anymore. So you go out and you give yourself to people, and you don't go that far with them. And your relationships only go but so far. Like your rubber band only stretches so far with that person. And again, you just cut off the idea of being in relationships because you don't want to be heartbroken anymore. You don't want those problems, or you don't want the government in your relationship. You don't want those papers. You don't want to be confined to anything because you don't want those problems. But you have to do what's best for you. But you don't want to die alone. Okay? You may say all these things when you're young. Oh, I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to be in a marriage. But when you get older, like, do you want to be alone? Your younger self has to set up your older self for a successful life. You have to set up your older self to be with somebody. Right now, if I'm in my 30s, like, I'm sitting here saying to myself, I don't want to be with anybody. What? And then your 60, 70-year-old self is sitting there by him or herself with no one because you thought that it was okay to not be with someone when you were younger because you don't want to deal with all the problems. I mean, life is not meant to be easy, but when you find the right person, everything is smooth and everything is okay. We're jumping into these relationships so fast because, in my opinion, I think sex is coming before anything else. And we're not getting to know that person, and we're not learning to love that person. We're just throwing ourselves in the fire ready to go. In my opinion, I think we have to be careful how fast we throw sex into a relationship, or throw sex into a situation more so, because it can really hurt the outcome. It can really hurt a situation. It can really hurt a relationship that was never supposed to be damaged. overall, I just encourage everybody to make sure that you're with a person that you like. You're with a person that if you didn't have sex for a while, you'd be cool with it. I know sex is like everything to some people, but make sure that you're reaching into that person's soul and their mind and understanding it first before you reach into anything else. Because I'm looking at the Will and Jada situation and I'm like, man, I don't want to be like that. That man was sitting at that red table hurting. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what Will and Jada have going on right now. I don't know if that man flew in from his other situation and they met each other and they talked about it and then he went about his business. I really don't know. But I just hope that everybody gets in a relationship and does not continue or doesn't excuse me, let me back up. I hope that people do not get in a relationship and they are on a lifelong journey to still fulfill their needs of another partner while they're with somebody. Because you're going to cause yourself so much emotional toll that you're going to implode, that you're going to hurt somebody, that you're going to put yourself in a bad situation. Like if you know that you done found your Tupac, that you know that you done found your August Alsina, like keep that person. Now I know August Alsina came later on in Jada's life, but I'm just, like make sure that if you find somebody that can do it for you and make you feel the way that you're supposed to feel without sex, you've won. But if you're dealing with somebody because, like I want to find something different, this person makes me laugh, or I love having sex with this person and they provide for me and all this stuff, like you got to weigh your options here, because then everything becomes blurry and you'll be unhappy. So that is the end of my video, guys. If you have any comments or you would like to discuss anything, please leave that below, and you guys have a good day. Bye.